Hi guys, welcome to Learning with PrepClass. I am BC, I am a PrepClass tutor. In this video, we are going to be solving Akwa Pre-vocational Studies for the year 2020 from questions 1 to 5. Subscribe to our channel. This is where you can get more videos like this. Also, like and comment on these videos as I look forward to responding to your comments. So the first question in this video, question 1, says, major insect pest of beans in the store is A. Grasshopper, B. Weevil, C. Beetle, D. Aphid. First of all, what are pests? Because the question says major insect pest of beans in the store is. So the first thing we need to understand is, what are pests? Pests are organisms that cause damage to crops, humans, or animals. They include insects, rodents, weeds, bacteria, viruses, fungi, and so on. So pests are organisms that causes damage to crops, humans, or animals. Now, the question says major insect pest of beans in the store is. So we need to look at all the options and find out the crop each of these insect pests affect. Grasshoppers are field pests of plants. So you don't find them in storage, you find them as field pests. You find them as field pests of plants such as pasture, vegetables, and so on. Weevils are storage pests of beans. Do you know those tiny insects that you see on beans before you cook them? You must have seen it before. They put holes into the beans like this. Those are weevils. Those are weevils. They are called weevils. So we find them as storage pests of beans. Beetles are pests of plant products, including trees, cereals, fruits, and flowers. They are also field pests. Aphids are field pests of some vegetable crops. The only option, which is a major insect pest of beans, is weevils. So the answer is B, weevils. Grasshopper, beetle, and aphids are not storage pests of beans. So the answer is B, weevil. Number 2, the process of separating young animals from the mother so that it can be fed independently is referred to as A. Kidding, B. Culling, C. Weaning, D. Lambing. So first of all, we need to know the meaning of each of these terms. So I have the meaning here and I will explain them one after the other. So the first one there is kidding. What does kidding mean? So kidding is the act of a goat giving birth. So when a goat is giving birth, you call it kidding. You know, the young one of a goat is called kid. So that's where the word kidding comes from. The act of giving birth to a kid. All right. So what about culling? Culling is the separation of animals from a herd because of age, barrenness, illness, or serious physical defect. So when some animals are sick, or they are too old, or they have some serious physical defect, the farmers separate them from the other animals, especially for the animals that are sick, so that they do not infect the other animals. So these animals are separated from the other animals. So this process of separating animals from the other animals is called culling. Now, weaning. What does weaning mean? Weaning is the process of gradually introducing an infant to food other than its mother's milk. You know, at some point, you have to stop giving the infant milk. It happens in humans as well. At some point, you stop giving your baby milk, okay, and start giving them other kinds of food, okay. That process is called weaning. So you gradually introduce another kind of food to the infant, okay. So lambing, what is lambing? Lambing is the act of a female sheep giving birth to a lamb. So from the word lamb, you get lambing. So lambing is the act of giving birth to a lamb. So a sheep gives birth to a lamb. The young one of a sheep is called a lamb. All right, so lambing is the act of a female sheep giving birth to a lamb. Now we've learnt the meaning of kidding, culling, weaning, and lambing. So which of these options is correct? The process of separating young animals from the mother so that it can be fed independently is referred to as C, weaning. Remember that weaning is a process of gradually introducing another kind of food other than the breast milk to an infant. Okay, so the answer is C, weaning. All right, number 3, a book or record in which farm transactions are first recorded before posted to their respective book is A, source document, B, journal, C, invoice, D, receipt. Do you know the answer? You should be able to answer this yourself. You can take a minute, just see if you'll be able to get the answer. All right, but first of all, we need to learn the meaning of each of this. Now, a source document, from the word source, it is the original record of transaction. A journal is a detailed record of all the transactions done by a business over the course of a day or a period. So this could be a record of all transactions done by a business in a day, that is daily, or for a period of time. What is an invoice? An invoice is a document sent to a buyer that specifies the amount and cost of products or services that have been provided by a seller. So, for example, if I am a seller, maybe I sell soap, you're the buyer, I can send you an invoice. That invoice would contain the amount of all the products that I have provided for you. Okay, now what is a receipt? I'm sure many of you would have collected receipts before. Maybe when you pay your tuition fee in school, when you pay for a particular thing. So receipt has to do with payments, right? So a receipt is a document acknowledging payment of goods or services. So when I sell something to you, as an evidence of payment, I give you a receipt. So I wouldn't come tomorrow and say, you haven't paid me, you haven't paid me. No, because you have your receipts with you to show me that you have paid me and you are not owing anything. So a receipt is a document that you receive after you have paid for goods or services. Now, so which of the option is correct? A book or record in which farm transactions are firstly recorded before posted to their respective book is the source document. Remember that the source document is the original record of transactions. So this is where the farm transactions are first recorded before posted to their respective book. So the answer is A, source document. Number 4, red muscle on the head of cock is called A, spur, B, wattle, C, comb, D, beak. I'm sure that you must have seen the red muscle on the cock before. Okay, let me show you a picture here. Can you see it here? So this is the red muscle on the head of cock, and it is called a comb. It is the fleshy growth on the top of the head of a cock. Can you see it? So we call it comb. Can you see it looks like a comb? Look at it. It looks like the comb you use to comb your hair. Okay, so that's why it's called a comb. So it is a fleshy growth on the top of the head of a cock. So this red muscle on the head of cock is called a comb. All right, so which of the option is correct? C is the correct option, comb. Number 5, disease-causing organisms are referred to as A, parasites, B, vectors, C, predators, D, pathogens. Now, do you know the meaning of all of these terms? All right, let's do it now. Parasites are organisms that live in or on another organism, which is called the host, for survival and often harms it. So parasites cannot do without the host. The organism in which the parasite live on is called the host. So they depend on the host for survival. And in the process of getting food from the host, they can also harm the host. Examples are worms. So In the process of getting food from us, they also harm us. Now, vectors. What are vectors? Vectors are organisms that does not cause disease itself, but which spreads infection by conveying pathogens from one host to another host. So they do not actually cause disease, but they can spread the infection by carrying the pathogens, that is the organisms that cause diseases. They carry it from one host to another. For example, mosquitoes. Many people think it's mosquitoes that actually cause malaria. No, mosquito does not cause malaria. It's just a vector. It carries the pathogen, which is called plasmodium. So it carries it from one host to another. So mosquito is not actually the causative agent for malaria. Instead, it is a vector. It just transmits the pathogens to people. Okay, so what are predators? Predators are organisms that feed on other organisms, and these other organisms are called the prey. For example, lions are predators in the jungle. They feed on other animals in the jungle. So lions are examples of predators. Now, what are pathogens? Pathogens are organisms that cause disease. That's their job. They always cause diseases. For example, viruses. Wherever you find viruses, they are there to cause diseases. So pathogens are organisms that cause diseases. So now let's choose which of the option is correct. Disease causing organisms are referred to as D, pathogens. Pathogens are disease causing organisms. So D is the correct answer. I hope you were able to learn a lot from this video. Subscribe to our channel, like and comment on our videos. You can also join us on WhatsApp by clicking on the link in the description below. Till I come your way next time. Bye for now.